and welcome to Talking Paranormal with the Old Man. I am, as usual, the Old Man. How the hell are you? Hope you're doing good. It's a Sunday morning. Yep. Had a good weekend. Went to Me and the girlfriend went to the Dream Cruise, the Woodward Dream Cruise in Detroit. First time there, man. It was fun. I'm a car guy. A lot of old cars. The weather was nice. It was overcast. Didn't The sun didn't come out, so that was nice. So had a good time. So I'm back at it today. Again, these so we're doing if you're new here, and hopefully you are, that means I'm getting some new people to check my site out. My site. It's not a freaking website. My channel out. So we are going to continue our tour of the US of A in alphabetical order. Today is Minnesota. And again, these are the 12 most haunted places in Minnesota. Again, this is not a definitive list, not the only list. It's not gospel. It's Haunted Rooms Co. Ghost Hunts. This is my go-to channel or a website site. They've been letting me down recently, but hopefully today they make up for that. So, without any further ado, let's start. Again, this is Minnesota, the 12 most haunted places. So let's start out. So they say Minnesota, Minnesota, known as the land of 10,000 lakes, is home to several haunted locations that have drawn the attention of paranormal enthusiasts and thrill seekers alike. From eerie cemeteries to historic hotels, MN, Minnesota. See, why couldn't you just spell Minnesota out? Seriously. Is believed to be teeming with restless spirits and ghostly apparitions. Ooh. I still haven't had time to play with my presets, so that's all I get for now. In this article, we will explore the 12 most haunted places in Minnesota, shedding light on their haunted history and spine-chilling encounters reported by witnesses. But are they reliable witnesses? I guess we'll find out, huh? All right, so let's do this without any further ado. Let's get spooked. No, actually, let's get rocked by a Def Leppard. Let's get rocked. Okay, so Washington, numero uno. Again, no particular order. This is how they have them listed. Washington Street Bridge, Minneapolis. Okay, Washington State, Jesus Christ. Washington Street Bridge was built in the latter half of the 1960s, so it's relatively new, spanning the Mississippi River. Now, is that Mississippi River? Do you spell that like the river or the state? I've always been curious about that. I'm joking if you didn't catch my sarcasm. And connecting the East and West Bank campuses of the University of Minnesota. The Golden Gophers, not my team. The bridge has two decks. Does it really? Oh, it's one. What? Okay, hold on. Okay, it has two decks. Okay, the bridge has two decks. The bottom for vehicles. I don't see how that's possible. Okay. And the top for pedestrians and cyclists. I still don't see how that's fucking possible because there's no way. I think they got it backwards because the road is up on top, not on the bottom. I don't know about that one. The bridge is something of a hotspot for suicides. I can see why. And is now said to be haunted by the spirits of those who jumped to their death, including Professor John Berryman, who committed suicide there in 1972. Students crossing the bridge often hear phantom footsteps at night and feel as though someone is watching them from the shadows. Only the shadow knows. See, that right there, that ages me. That ages me. Seriously. Number two, the Fitzgerald Theater, St. Paul. Not the Edmund Fitzgerald, but the Fitzgerald. Big difference. The Fitzgerald Theater in St. Paul has long been considered one of the most haunted places in Minnesota. There is a number of unexplained phenomena that have been reported here, but most of them are pinned on a former stagehand known only as Ben. See, it'd be cool if they said Big Ben, because if you get Big Ben, see, that would be so much cooler. It is believed that Ben died in the theater, in the 1940s, and he seems to have been hanging around ever since. His shadow has often been spotted moving up in the workings of the stage. Well, yeah, if he's a stage hand, is that what it said? Yeah, stage hand, he's going to be up there. Okay, so and cold spots are felt near an old entrance that has been boarded up for years. Here's where we talked about this, or I talked about this, is when he was alive, that entrance was still being used. Okay, so when he passed away, poor Ben, when he died, to him, it's still there. So that's why he still is near an old entrance, because he's still using that entrance after all these years. Hey, I'm drinking some brisk lemon iced tea this morning. So, staff often say that they can hear Ben dropping his empty beer bottles too. That's funny. He's still drinking in the afterlife. You go, Ben. He is considered pretty harmless for the most part, but on one occasion he almost did kill two workers when he dropped a massive chunk of plaster on them. That's not nice, Ben. From an overhead catwalk. Thankfully, they both managed to jump out of the way at the last minute. But, did they actually see him do this? Because it could be, if it's an old theater. Is there a picture of the theater? Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it looks old, but it could have just fell by itself. So unless they actually seen Ben drop this big piece of plaster on them, I don't think that you can attribute that to him. I would think you'd more attribute it to an old theater and the plaster just came off by itself. However, if they did see Ben, his apparition, do this shit, then yeah, Ben's guilty as hell. So I'm just saying, Ben, straighten your shit up, Ben. Okay, number three is the Warden's House Museum in Stillwater. Oh, you know what? I didn't say where. Did I? Okay, so the Fitzgerald Theater is in St. Paul, and the Washington Street Bridge is in Minneapolis. Okay, I want to get that straight. Don't want to give you any bad information. So number three is the Warden's House Museum in Stillwater. There's also Stillwater, Oklahoma, too, I believe. Over the years, there have been 13 different wardens from Stillwater State Prison who have occupied this house. However, the one resident who seems to have decided to stick around is Warden Henry Wolf's daughter. Oh, what a name. The story goes that Gertrude had just given birth to a son I'm sorry, when she suddenly died of appendicitis. I'm sorry to hear that. I really, really am. The little boy, wait. Oh, so okay, she died giving birth, but the kid lived. Okay, because this next sentence kind of screwed me over here. The little boy was sent to live with the warden up until the Wolfers moved out in 1914. So wait. So Gertrude gave birth. She died. Sad. I'm sorry. So, but why would not the little boy be sent to live with the wardens? Well, I mean, with the warden, it's his grandfather. Although, unless the dad wanted the kid, but unless the dad's out of the picture, he goes, "Fuck this shit. I don't want nothing to do with the kid." So maybe okay. So he went to live with a grandfather. Okay, Gertrude may have gone with her son to his grandfather's house. Adobe just sent me notification. Isn't that just lovely? Whatever, man. But she did not leave when he did. In fact, from 1914 until the present day. So I'm assuming today is the present day. She did not leave when he did. Oh shit, I read that already. In fact, 1914 until the present day. See, I get sidetracked so easily. There have been persistent reports of a lady wandering the rooms of the house in search of her infant son. But how do you know this? Okay, see, this is what irritates me. Is is this to make the story straight? Okay, so Gertrude passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. Legitimately, I'm sorry to hear this. Okay, but how do you know that she's looking for her son? She might be going out trying to find a snack. She's hungry. She's angry. So you don't know that she's wandering the rooms in search of her son. That is speculation. That is hearsay. That is scuttlebutt. It's not true unless you actually have an EVP, I guess. Like, where's Johnny? Have you seen Johnny? Where's Johnny? Assuming that Johnny is the name of her boy. I'm just saying. So yeah, see that to me is kind of speculation. So sometimes she is seen looking out the windows, and at other times a cradle in the upstairs bedroom rocks on its own. That don't make a difference. She's not looking for her son unless you have concrete proof. Thank you. Rant over. Number four. Oh my God. Four. Oh God, how do you say that? Four paws? Paw. Four. I don't know how to say it. It's Forepughs. I know I'm slaughtering this, and I apologize, Minnesotians. I'm gonna say Four Paws. For shits and giggles, let's just say Four Paws. Restaurant in St. Paul. Oh, it closed in 2019. Wonder if COVID closed it. Could be. Oh, so the building in St. Paul, which now houses Four Paws Restaurant, was once a three-story Victorian mansion that wholesale magnates Joseph Four Paw, sorry, built for his family. So three-story. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. However, in 1892, things took a tragic turn for the family. Mrs. Forepaugh is said to have discovered, excuse me, her husband. Oh shit, dude, Joseph, shame on you. Is said to have discovered her husband in bed with the family's maid Molly. Shame on you too. Shame, 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 shame. Forepaugh shot himself when his wife ended the marriage, and his mistress Molly was heartbroken. I'll bet she was. She was apparently pregnant. Ooh, it gets spicier. She was apparently pregnant with his child and ended up. Oh, dude, you don't hang yourself because of this shit. So she was pregnant with his child and ended up hanging herself from a chandelier in one of the bedrooms. Really? Dude, move on. You could probably got half the house, man. Both Joseph and Molly are said to haunt the restaurant today, which is closed. The two of them have been seen walking through the dining areas, but Molly seems to be the most active. Yeah, no shit, she's pissed. She is said to bang on the insides of walls and smash glasses. Oh, she is hangry. She is hangry. Patrons have also smelled her favorite. Okay, so okay, see here, okay. Patrons have also smelled her favorite lavender perfume. How the fuck do you know that Molly's favorite perfume was lavender? Seriously. See, this is what irritates me. And it's like, we don't know this for a fact, but you're putting a haunted room's cold. You're putting it as fact. That just embellishes the story. That's not truth. That's not fact. Which truth and fact are the same fucking thing. But it's not fact. So yeah. So anyway, she is especially mischievous around Halloween, which was Molly's favorite time of the year when she was. Again, how do you know this? How do you know this? That her favorite time was Halloween. You do not know this, especially when we're talking. When was this? 1892. How do we know this? Seriously, God. Okay. Anyways, number five is the Greyhound Bus Museum in Hibbing, Minnesota. The Greyhound bus, is there a picture of that? Oh, there's not even a picture of it, of the bus museum. So the Greyhound Bus Museum in Hibbing is probably not the first place you might think of when it comes to be a haunted location, but nevertheless is one of the most haunted places in Minnesota. Staff at the museum say that one particular scenic cruise, 4501, don't understand that. Is home to a spirit who frequently opens and close. Oh, that's the bus, I bet you. Okay. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Is home to a spirit who frequently opens and closes the windows and doors of the bus. There are also regular sightings of strange shadows flitting around. What? Flitting around? What the hell is flitting around? What is flitting? I don't know what flitting is. Let me look. I do not know what flitting is. Yeah, and you know me, I like to know shit. Okay, so the word flitting is the present participle and gerund. of the verb flit. I've never heard of fucking flit before. Meaning to move lightly, swiftly, and rapidly from one place, state, or thought to another. It is often described as the erratic darting of insects or birds or thoughts passing briefly through the mind. So flit is actually a word, and flitting is the present participle. See, you learn stuff here every day, man. Where else can you come listen to ghost stories and learn a new word? Flitting. You cannot. And I would challenge you all to find some other podcast that you can get all this information at one place. That's a challenge. I triple dog dare you. Okay, so there's also regular sightings of strange shadows flitting around on board bus 9. And a little girl's voice has been heard in the shadows between the old vehicles on display here. Number 6, the First Avenue, Minneapolis. Oh, that's an old picture right there. There's some old cars right there. Perhaps one of the most gruesome paranormal tales. Ooh, I like gruesome paranormal tales. Comes from Minneapolis, the iconic First Avenue music venue. It is said that the blonde woman took her, say, but a blonde woman, what's her freaking name? It is said that a blonde woman took her own life in the fifth stall, specific, I like that, of the ladies' bathroom by hanging herself. Still doesn't say who she is, but I guess if it's a music venue, you might not know who it is. She has occasionally shown herself to unlucky patrons, or lucky, depending on your perspective, who see her bloated. Why? Okay, why is she bloated for? Apparition still hanging there from her makeshift noose. However, she is not alone in the venue. The staff has nicknamed another spirit Slippy. Hey, Slippy, are you Slippy? This particular entity is said to make a barroom appear. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that. My bad. Reel it back in. This particular entity has said to him make a balloon appear from nowhere, which then floats up and down the staircase on its own. Creepy. Why the hell did you call him Slippy? Why not call him Balloon or something? Or it, because of the balloon. So I don't understand that. But anyways, you know what? I'm not here to understand. I'm here to read. Thank you very much. Yes, you are very welcome. My spirit George said you finally got it. So yes, thank you, George. No, shut up. So there's also a great deal of other unexplained activity, including equipment malfunctions and random destruction of property. Now, let's see, that sounds like vandals to me, but I'm just saying. Number 7 is the Gibbs Farmhouse in St. Paul. So number 7. So one of the most haunted places in Minnesota, which can be found in St. Paul, is Gibbs Farmhouse. In 1867, 9-year-old Willie Gibbs faced a raging prairie fire that threatened to engulf the family farmhouse. The house was spared. Oh, that's nice. But see, there's always a but. There's always a but. The house was spared. Yay, way to go. But sadly, young Willie died of smoke inhalation soon after. See, they draw you in, man. Like you're a fish. They cast you out. The house was spared. Yay! You're like all happy and shit. But sadly, young Willie died. Man. However, see, there's a however, there's a but, and there's a however. However, he appears to have stuck close to his family home, which is now a museum, and his spirit is every bit as boisterous as you might expect the average 9-year-old to be. He, I got choked up, man, because Willie died. He is known to remove toys from locked display cabinets and leaves them scattered across the floor for staff to tidy away. Well, he's a kid. He's a 9-year-old kid. He wants to play with toys. Can you blame him? When you were a 9-year-old, did you have toys? I didn't. We were dirt poor. I had no toys. I'm bullshitting you. I had toys. I was the only kid, so yeah, I had a lot of toys. Yeah. So the whole thing about being poor, that didn't really happen. I was I was kidding you. I was pulling your legs. He is also known to, okay, I said that already. He also likes to open and close cabinet doors and can make quite a noise rocking back and forth in the rocking chair upstairs. Oh, I'm sure. Some even claim to have seen his little face, oh, little face, peering at them from the windows as they walk by. Way to go, Willie! Okay, number 8 is the Palmer House Hotel in Sauk Center. I think that's how you say it, Sauk Center. Okay, the Palmer House Hotel has long been known as one of the most haunted hotels in Minnesota. See also. Now, I ain't seeing more haunted places to stay. Reports of paranormal have been made since the 1950s. Ooh. And there have been a variety of unexplained occurrences in the building. One of these includes an apparition of a young boy, a ball bouncing down the stairs, and disembodied voices, and some poltergeist activity. Well, what kind of poltergeist activity? Do stuff disappear? Um, yeah. There has also been reports that the ghost of famous author Sinclair Lewis, I had to read one of his stories in high school, may also be haunting the building. Oh, nice. Okay, number 9. See, these are going pretty fast. Wabasha, Wabasha, I think is how you pronounce that. Street caves in St. Paul. Back to the St. Paul again. This time to the Wabasha Street caves. During the Prohibition era, these caves were said to host a number of famous figures, including John Dillinger and Ma Barker. Ma Baker. I was thinking of Bob Barker from Price is Right. Ma Baker, when they used it as a speakeasy. However, not everyone in the caves or left the caves alive. Well, yeah, you probably got shootings and shit, murders and shit, and all kinds of shit like that. It is said that the caves are now haunted by the spirits of 3 gangsters murdered in the back room. See, I told you. And buried under the cement floors. At least it's not the cement pond. And if you catch the reference to the cement pond, we can be friends. If you can't, what's the word I'm trying to think of? If you can't relate to the cement pond, yeah, we can still be friends. The owner has frequently encountered men in the 20s style attire and strange mist floating through the walls. There's also said to be a ghostly bartender who will refill empty wine glasses. I prefer Jack, but that's okay. Others have spotted the apparition of a madame known as Nina Cliff. See, this is what I'm saying. You tell who it is. You know, someone say, oh, there's some random madame that's, her name is Nina Clifford. See, haunted rooms call. Some stories you have good, some stories you drop the ball on. This one you were okay. Who appears wearing a period dress. Number 10, the Minneapolis City Hall in Minneapolis. That's a cool city hall though. So the Minneapolis City, well, let's go back up here. The Minneapolis City Hall was the site of a historic execution. Ooh, shit. In 1898, John Moshik, I think it is, was the last man hanged, and we had talked about this, hung or hanged, and it is hanged, at City Hall. His death will be remembered not just for being the last, but also because the execution was ruthless. Oh shit. The process was bungled, and Moshik took 3 minutes to die. Shit. His crime had been murdering a man over a very measly $14. Yeah, but okay, but see, but here the thing is, okay, so $14 in 1898. How much is $14? Oh, are you serious? I typed all this. Just do $14. $14 in 1898 today. Okay. See, they did not do their homework. Okay. Because 1898 for a measly $14. Okay, a measly $14. Do you want to guess how much that is today? No? Then I'll tell you. $14 in 1898 is worth about $563.24 today. This change reflects a total price increase of 3,923.11%. So yeah, so it was a measly $14, but in today's money, it's not a measly $563.24. So yeah, do your homework, rooms comp. You're starting to drop the ball again. Okay, it is said that today Moshik's angry spirit, well, I'd be angry too, haunts three locations in City Hall: the courtroom in which he was convicted, the mayor's office, and the site of his hanging. He seems to be have mood swings. Well, no shit, I would too, because he's swinging, right? Uh, is that too soon? Is that too soon? Okay, because at his most harmless, he is known to rearrange pictures or appear to staff or prisoners dressed only in his undergarments. He is a streaker, and they just saw him too early. But on his worst days, he has made judges and attorneys seriously ill. Well, yeah, for one thing, you have ball-licking bastard attorneys. You have judges. They're probably conspiring against him for measly $14. So yeah, it would be bad too. Number 11, the Gray Cloud Island in Washington County. Ooh, that's not that's a cemetery. One of the key features of Gray Cloud Island is that it has the highest concentration of Native American burial mounds anywhere in the U.S. These days, the island is very sparsely populated, and the residents do not take kindly to ghost hunters. Ooh. Okay, so wait. What residents? Are we talking about the spirits, or are we talking about the residents? Because it says so much that some have claimed to be run off the island by a man in a white truck. So, however, this does not stop a large number of ghost stories from coming off the island. There are reports of a transparent motorcyclist, a young woman weeping for her deceased infant, and that's sad, and many others ghosts. Perhaps strangest of all are the rumors about why the residents are so protective of the island. Some say that the church camp on the island is a cult or even a secret KKK camp. So yeah, so I'm curious if anybody knows, if you're from Minneapolis, if you're from Minnesota, and you know, because I'm curious, because it says that the residents do not take kindly. So residents of the graveyard or residents, living residents, let me know if you know, because I am legitimately curious. I really am. All right, last one, Lakeview Cemetery in Buell. I think I said. Situated among dense woodlands on all sides of Buell, I believe it is, Minnesota, lies one of the most haunted graveyards in America. Okay, that's a reputation there. Lakeview Cemetery was established in 1913, the same year the nearby Shaw Hospital was built. And I'm thinking that is important to know this. The deceased patients of the hotel, because otherwise you wouldn't, mention it. There'd be no reason to mention it. The deceased patients of the hospital who succumbed to tuberculosis, TB, or mental illnesses were buried in the cemetery's powder field. See, I knew there was a correlation there. Marked only with cast iron crosses, if anything at all. Visitors who dare to venture into Lakeview Cemetery have reported spine-chilling experiences. Apparitions of people dressed in 20s attire are seen wandering around the graves. The silence of the graveyard is broken by disembodied voices and footsteps that still echo all around. The air, I thought that said air carriers. The air carries the stench of decay. Now that sounds like it might be something dead like animals, with unsettling sensation of being watched closely. The flash of sudden light fills the darkness, followed by intense dread and discomfort. Okay. All right. I did find one other one here. Let's see if any of these I've already touched on. That's a map. I don't give a shit about that. Well, here's one here. So this is Crazy Annie's Bridge in Henderson. That's kind of cool, actually. It's not a bridge, it's more of something you can climb. So the seemingly, I swear that, oh, because they don't, that they, okay, as you were. The seemingly ordinary bridge at 270th Street is anything but after nightfall. The bridge earned its nickname because locals say it's haunted by Crazy Annie, a World War I widow who drowned her three children. Well, that's not nice. In the nearby creek before hanging herself from a tree. Visitors who venture there after 11 o'clock at night have heard ungodly screams, seen faces floating in the darkness, and figures fleeing through the woods, and found handprints on their vehicles. Yeah, that's yeah, okay. They also report cops busted them for loitering. So yeah, no shit. It's called trespassing. God, people. Okay, so here's the Egger Tower in Duluth. The 82-year-old watchtower at the heart of Enger Park is more than a local landmark. It's supposedly haunted by the ghost of an unidentified man who plunged from its 80-foot summit in 1948. Visitors have reported seeing a mysterious figure circling the windows on the fifth floor. Yet, when they enter the tower to get a closer look, the man all but disappears. Okay, I think we did the First Avenue. There is Four Paws Restaurant. We did that one. Greenwood Cemetery. I think we didn't. Or did we do? 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 Okay, let's do one more. Greenwood Cemetery in Duluth. It's easy to miss this unmarked graveyard, tucked behind a prison and a nursing home off of Rice Lake Road. But follow the overgrown footpath across Chester Creek, and you'll stumble upon an expanse of rolling green with a harrowing story or history. Here lie the remains of 4,705 individuals interred here between 1891 and 1947. Most of them too poor to afford burial in a proper cemetery. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. The plots were originally marked with wooden crosses, not stone. So obviously the wood decays and is gone. So few identifiers remain. But as a small weathered plaque explains, many of these immigrants were immigrant miners, sailors, farmer, and lumberjacks. Should be farmers too, by the way, whose labor helped to develop St. Louis County. They were the real pioneers. Come during daylight hours if you're curious about the history, but come after dark, say paranormal enthusiasts. I got something on my microphone. Hold on, I gotta get out. That bugs me. If you crave a far eerier experience, I do. I want. So we did Lakeview Cemetery. I want a more eerier experience. We've done that one. We've done that one. Well, here's the last one. Yay! I know. The William A. Irving in Duluth. This is a boat. This is a boat, y'all. The historic William A. Irving spent 40 years ferrying iron ore and coal across the Great Lakes. Today, the imposing ship moonlights as a museum. That'd be kind of cool. We have one up in Sault Ste. Marie. It's the Valley Camp. They have the Fitzgerald lifeboats there. Pretty cool. After undergoing a hull restoration in 2018 and 2019, damn, I got the hiccups. The vessel returned to its berth in Canal Park and reopened for daily tours in May. What year was this done? This was done in, this article was done, God, I don't want a freaking map. So this is done, it doesn't say when it's done. Ashley Hampton, you didn't tell me when this was done, dude. Or do that. I don't know when this is done, because she didn't put anything down. Okay, so anyways, let's get back. So every October, however, it transforms into a widely popular Duluth haunted ship. Intrepid visitors can explore the boat at night, feeling their way through the dark engine room and unnervingly empty, or are they, for hallways. Let me read that again because I fucked that up. Okay. Intrepid visitors can explore the boat at night. This is during the haunted ship thing. Feeling their way through the dark engine room and unnervingly empty, or are they, hallways. Several paranormal groups have conducted investigations here. While some proved inconclusive, others documented bizarre shadows and the sound of footsteps. So there we have it, the 12 plus a couple bonus ones of haunted Minnesota. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked it. So again, thank you for listening until the end. And let me finish. And again, you have to be more afraid of the living than you do of the dead, which is very true nowadays. Stay away from the light. Unless that's your thing, then knock yourself out. Who will we just say, right? And until we meet again, bye-bye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.